Live from Los Angeles.
We have a deal. After prolonged labor negotiations, the WNBA and the WNBPA, they've agreed in principle on terms for a new collective bargaining agreement. And the woman who has been covering this for us, Alexa Philippou, she joins us now. Alexa, you've been all over this story. You've been reporting on this for the last few days and the last several weeks and months. What more can you tell us on how a deal finally came together here?
Yeah, Malika, well, it took over 100 hours of bargaining over the past week in Midtown Manhattan. Some crazy long hours. You had 4 players that were in and out from the executive committee. You had the staffs of both sides, the council on both sides that were hard at work. But it did always feel like this was a matter of when and not if a deal would get done. And you see now this footage of both sides celebrating in that meeting room at the Langham Hotel shortly after 2:20 a.m. this morning, being able to finally come to verbal agreement on these really transformational terms for a new collective bargaining agreement. And then both sides were able to come and share the news with the reporters in the lobby of the hotel shortly before 3 a.m. And you could just feel that they were relieved, they were exhausted, but also really recognized the historic nature of this deal.
Relieved, exhausted, historic, understandably so on all of those. Those are your adjectives. WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, she called this deal a fair win-win for all. But there's still some steps, Alexa, right, that need to be taken to actually put pen to paper here. What are those steps?
Right, so a term sheet has to be completed. That could happen as soon as today. And then there is actually the ratification process. The actual CBA has to be written by, the lawyers and the people who are able to do that. And then the deal has to be ratified by both the player body. That would be a simple majority that would have to technically say, yes, we're taking this deal. And then also the WNBA Board of Governors. Assuming that all goes as planned, that could take another few weeks. And so that's why when you're looking at potential dates for the rest of the offseason activity, it could be that we're seeing that happen in April. So right now there's a proposed schedule that we saw from a few weeks ago that was given out to the front offices around the league. And that proposed schedule, again, this is not finalized because we have to make sure we get that ratification process completed first, is that the expansion draft could happen as, maybe around April 6th. Then you could see free agency going from April 7th to the 18th. Training camp is set to start on time, Cathy Engelbert did say, on April 19th. So long story short, buckle up, WNBA fans, because the fun is just beginning.
Yes, now that the paperwork is finally being agreed upon and signing, the games and fun can continue. Alexa, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sacrificing your sleep, for your reporting on this over the last several months. We really, really appreciate it. Now it's time for you to go and take a little bit of a nap here. WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, she did release a statement, and this is what she said in part, quote, "We have aligned on key elements of a new collective bargaining agreement together." This is what Alexa just said. It underscores a shared commitment to the continued growth of the game. We're very proud to be leading women's sports. These players, they're amazing. And we're going to have an amazing 30th season that is tipping off in May. Shanae, there is a deal in place. What is your reaction specifically to the terms that we are seeing here?
First of all, a sigh of relief.
Right.
This CBA still needs, though, to be voted on by both the owners and the players. But looking at the terms, this is historic. First, there is a huge jump in the salary cap going from $1.5 million last year to $7 million moving forward. This is nearly 5 times larger than the previous high. Next, let's look at the salary structure for the players.
Wow.
Let's start here at the Supermax. $1.4 million. Previously, this was $249,000. Moving up to the average salary, $600K, before $125K.
Wow.
Now to the minimum, $300K. And this was important because they wanted to make sure all players were reflected. Previously, this was $66K. But this right here is the big number, 20%. Most importantly, revenue share is near 20% for the first time. Salaries are truly tied in a meaningful way to league revenue. That's what they were fighting for in the last few days. And this is what makes it so historic. It sets the stage for women's pro sports moving forward. And lastly, the next few days, keep an eye on more of these types of things.
Okay.
News surrounding housing, retirement benefits, facilities, family planning benefits. That's the real wins for women in sport and women in the workplace. One word to really describe what's going on: transformational.
Yes, transformational is a good one, and it is also a table setter, as you said, for the rest of women's sports, for leagues around the world really looking, saying, okay, how can we come to the table? This is something that the WNBPA fought for and finally came to terms on with the league. This is truly historic. And with the CBA now settled and the season's on the horizon, there's still a lot to take shape, right, Sinead, between now and May 8th, and this is fluid. It's fluid.
Overdrive. They're going in overdrive.
This is what we expect. We have confirmed dates for free agency, expansion draft in the coming days. So, yes, we have talked a lot about the clerical and the paperwork and the terms. Now we get to talk about the games and the fun and why we love sports. We cannot wait for the WNBA season to get underway here. Shifting to the NBA, last night there was a little bit of a thunderstorm. They became the first team to officially clinch a playoff spot, so let's get to the highlight here. We call him Shea Butter for a reason because he's smooth. 4 minutes left in the first quarter here. SGA.
I mean, that's what he do.
Setting the tone early.
Contested shots, he makes those.
AJ Mitchell, a little bounce pass there to Chet Holmgren for the slam. Isaiah Hartenstein gets the ball.
Boy.
Big to big alley-oop.
To you, Zell. Good pass, boy.
Going ahead to the third quarter here. 8 minutes left in the third here, Shump. SGA gets it into the paint. Just nudges his way inside for the jumper.
Can't give me that room.
Smooth shot there by the reigning MVP. And then a few plays later here, Paolo Banchero goes at SGA, spins his way inside. That's what you want to see from Banchero. Finding SGA, who's in his house. Paolo. Under 4 minutes left in the third. SGA coast to coast. Easy. Tough shot there by SGA. 2 minutes left in the third. Banchero barreling through Alex Caruso there.
No lie. You keep playing like that.
Using the size to his advantage. Next play, SGA drives all the way to the basket.
I need this.
And plus the foul. Making sure his bench saw that too. He said, y'all clock that? All right, under 9 minutes left in the fourth. Watch Mitchell here. He's been so good for them when he's healthy. Pivot. Gets his way inside in the paint for the bucket. Nice shot there by Mitchell. And then under 4 minutes left.
Gotta get him out the middle of the floor.
Well, it's officially clutch time. You knew that was coming, right? Steps back, knocks down the three. And then under 2 minutes left in the fourth. Spins on Jalen Suggs.
It's like,
Too
you gotta
easy.
watch your film.
OKC gets the win, 113-108, and they're the first team to clinch a playoff berth. The reigning champs, they are looking to go back-to-back. We haven't had repeat champs since the 2017-18 Warriors, but if any team feels like they could, it's probably the Thunder, right, Sinead? What stands out on film?
What stands out is that the Oklahoma City Thunder have been standing on business. It's time to go shot for shot. I know we don't have the box anymore, but it's all good because these two have truly been doing damage. I'm going to take the guards because I'm more guard skill oriented than Kendrick Perkins, and he will handle the post. Let's talk about SGA, who's currently averaging 31.7 points per game, but most importantly, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Run the tape, direct the map, because in these pick and roll scenarios, he eats. He does not settle for threes, only when it comes to game winners. Beautiful screen. You see that stance on the screen? Then he attacks. He is 6'6". It does not matter going up against Paolo Banchero, who's 6'10" and has muscle on him. He kisses it off the glass. Did you see the little celebration later? Again, more pick and roll scenarios where he loses the ball, he gets it back. Beautiful connection. Now, the Thunder have multiple three-point shooters, but they also have great spacing. Here he's going to attack. The defense can't even really double team him here. He's going downhill. You don't leave a three-point shooter, and instead he finishes and kisses it off the glass. SGA is the favorite for MVP for these reasons, but also walk into your trap and take over your trap. I don't know who's that. That has to be Jason Joseph, our researcher. But look at the road splits this season. It's phenomenal. 32 points per game, shooting near 60%.
Wow.
47% from three. In free throws, yes, I know y'all gonna talk about it. Don't matter. He makes them. His work is undeniable as a guard, but I know you'll take over the post, Perk.
Well, you know, he is the Batman, but in order to repeat and win another championship, you need a Robin. No J-Dub right now. We don't know when he's going to come back or how he's going to look. So I'm looking at Chet Holmgren right now to step up and fill that role. First-time All-Star. Here's the versatility of Chet. Even when they go with their big, double big lineup, check him out with his spacing. But the thing that he has gotten better at is moving without the basketball. Right now, Beccaro turns his back. All eyes on Isaiah Hartenstein. Watch Chet make this hellified backdoor cut, big to big pass. Should have been an and one, but tough finish at the basket. Here you go again. Activity, movement, just moving without the basketball. Quick action, dribble handoff. He slips, he rolls to the basket. I love it when Chet make love to the paint.
Oh, good.
Get 2 feet in the paint. In order for the Oklahoma City Thunder to get where they're trying to go, especially with Wemby in the Western Conference, Chet is going to have to elevate and continue to play at that level.
And this was the improvement. Look at the layups and dunks. This season, he has gone up second best in the NBA, 74%. Was that?
See, hey, look, you put them heels together, and damn it, we made magic.
I think you set Shump on making love to the paint. Usually, it's Sinead that's bringing the numbers. I got a couple for you here, okay? Because I can't say what Perk just said. OKC, they won 9 straight, right? We all know that. SGA, he's now the first player with 800 points, 55% from the field goal range, 45% three-point range over a 25-game span.
Wow.
So when you're talking about a killer like that in clutch time of games, when you're watching this Thunder team, Iman, what are you saying, what stands out to you?
I think the thing that stands out is, one, their bench. They always bring their bench in, and they like to mix things up. They continue to push the envelope the whole game and play within a team offense, right? But then when you look at their defense, they continue to bother you with size. They continue to make sure that they're getting deflections. They make sure they help the helper, and it looks like they have fun. You're dealing with a team like that. Anything that's good offense on this side, it brings energy to the team, it brings energy to the crowd, and then when you get out on that breakaway, it makes things a lot more easy on the offensive end. So I just see them having fun together. I see, now you see Caruso getting there, mixing it up. They make plays together, and they play for each other, and at the end of the game, you know you have to deal with SGA in the channel.
You called them something earlier. He called them professional winners.
That's what, no, they play professional winning.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And I'm saying their team reminds me sometimes of how San Antonio did, where it's like, you might not be impressed with how we do it, but you know we're going to beat them by 8.
And you better respect it.
Respect it.
Just one follow-up. Have you ever made love to the paint?
I have never
I remember
used
we
that
were
terminology,
on Disney Airways.
Ooh, do I love getting 2 feet in the paint.
Well, Perk, it's Wednesday. The Thunder jacket may be coming out sooner rather than later.
I thought about bringing it out, but I'm still sticking to my guns because San Antonio is showing me a lot. I don't know what J-Dub is going to look like, but I'm going to say this. Still to this day, the Oklahoma City Thunder are deeper than the Pacific Ocean. When you look at their bench guys, I don't know, but damn it, it's deep. Caruso, you look at Case and Wallace, all of these guys they could be starters on any other team, or should be starters. That's how deep they are. And so when Shump is talking about they professional winners, but it's also playing agenda-free basketball and guys being happy for another person's success. We used to use the terminology in Ubuntu, because I can't be great unless you want me to be great.
Right.
And so that's when we see the towels, the interviews, the praise.